Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more RimWorld, returning to a no-hope playthrough. And in the last video, I discussed expanding the storeroom because it is getting kind of crowded in here. Also, I would very much like to floor the area because a lot of it is not floored right now. So let's see, what are we going to want to use? I would say maybe sandstone at this point is going to be the material I try and build some of this floor out of. I know it's a mismatch of flooring in here, which honestly looks rather ugly, but hopefully we can fix that sometime in the future. And then I think we're also going to want to expand. So we've got some slate walls here. That might be enough. So why don't we go over to structure, switch this over to plate. So, I don't want to connect these two yet. Something like that. I mean, I'm going to need a way to get through, more or less, from here to there. So maybe a door would be a good idea. So we put a door in here, slate. Make this all slate. And then we have a slate door here and here. I don't know if I have enough slate to do all that. But what we're going to do once this is all constructed is I'm going to knock out this wall, and then wall this off. And we'll have a complete, pretty big storeroom. And while we're at it, we'll go ahead and do the wall here. All right, let's have them go at it. I'm going to wait to knock this wall out until these walls are complete and we have the storeroom more or less closed off. And outside of that, I think we're pretty good. The psychic drone's done. That didn't really, I think, affect anybody too badly. Food, we're doing okay. Crops are growing. We're almost done with winter time, so that's good. Well, we're halfway through, I think. I actually forget how many days are in a month. And Luke, now that he's done cooking, is going to get on to research. We're still doing mining over here. Eventually, I'm going to break through. Matter of fact, I think there's a couple places I can get away. Well, if I figure we might as well just queue all of this to be mined at this point. But that's going to get rid of the last of the steel deposits that are nearby. There are other steel deposits on the map, but they're all rather far away from the main camp. We've got steel over here. I think we have steel over here. It helps if you... Yeah. So, oh, actually, this is silver ore. That is steel, though, here. I noticed that this was a different color, and I figured it was something different. We've got more steel in here. We've got steel over there. But again, this is all stuff that's kind of far away. We've got steel up here and steel over here. More steel there. That's not too far away, technically, but... Don't see any deposits in this area here. And I don't see anything over here. Doesn't mean that there isn't anything inside. And we do have this this door here to technically kind of lock this down. I could, although it is nighttime here, so people are going to go back to bed. Just to make it a little bit more secure, I could put another door in. Speaking of doors and walls and things, we're almost done here, actually. Alright, but it's nighttime, so people are going to be going to bed. Honestly, I probably could convert these into steel doors. We do have, actually, quite a lot of steel now. And speaking of that, I think security... We're going to need to replace this turret so that we have the bare minimum of what we had before. Unfortunately, we keep losing turrets in some of these engagements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel that job. You know what? That was probably wrong. Because these are not going to be prime moving doors, I don't think. So I am going to make them out of some kind of stone. I don't know if I have the slate to do that. We'll have to see. But that might have been a mistake to cancel that. Alright, well, we almost have everything built, and might as well speed up time while everybody's in bed. I think, you know, the situation is pretty good. We have a better builder here. We're getting our people... So this is the only bed that's really needing upgrading. Table's a little shoddy. Chairs are mostly good, except this one. We can check out the beauty of this room. Not bad. Okay. I'm pretty happy with our little base here. And it looks like we had just enough stone to finish all that off. Well, that doesn't help. But I think we still have enough stone that she can get enough. And we'll get some more once we deconstruct some of this stuff. So this should all be roofed in here. So we can start deconstructing this. And confirm here. Yeah, it should be roofed. And then we'll expand everything up. We are running out of stone, though. So I'm going to have to turn the make stone block build back on. So we'll get back to stone cutting. Alright, well, with that in mind, let's take a look at some of our resources here and what we would want to possibly do. So, power, I would say we're okay with. We did have one battery breakdown, so we lost a lot of charge there, but I feel like what we have when it's daytime, these will charge up. We could do more power generation if we wanted to. Maybe some more solar panels over here would be a good idea. So we're getting more during the day. Although, obviously, eclipses can affect that. As far as production, I don't think there's really anything we need outside of the Tailor bench, which I'm not going to jump to do. Furniture... I think we're mostly okay. Ooh. Oh, it landed right on our crops. Well, I mean, it gives us steel and components maybe, but also maybe flattened our crops. But the main thing I need to do is I need to floor this area off, and right now I don't really have that much... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, deconstruct this wall. As this should be roofed off, I think. And while we're at it, zones, stockpile, draw this on up. I am probably going to need more air conditioning units eventually at some point to cool this all off when the winter hits, and more heating for the the summer, and more heating for the winter time, which we're currently in. Okay, so slate, we have a decent amount, so let's go to floors here, and I'm assuming this is all slate here. Yeah, it is. All right, so I'll just extend this down as much as I can. And also go to the zone, stockpile. Yeah. We also have a fair amount of sandstone, so try and kind of finish off this area. Okay, we did run out of slate. I could cancel some of these that didn't get done. Alright, so we still have a fair amount of sandstone. We have some limestone as well. I guess I'll do... Kind of hard to see in here. I'm going to need more light in this room. Looks like we might be able to get away with sandstone for the rest of this. And then as far as lights go, put one over in this corner. And we'll put one here by the door, and another one over in this corner. Okay, so we're going to have a trader coming in. We're also going to need power. So I'm going to walk that on up. I don't know how far up we're going to need it, but I'll go up that high for now. Jump to location. I believe Luke is our talker. We can see here in a second. So social is 7, 0, 5, 2. So definitely Luke. Gonna come and trade. Okay, so let's go through this. We've got more cows we can pick up, and I think those are always good pickups. They have 2 cows here that are worth 464 apiece, and they're relatively young cows, so I think they'll last a while. We only really, I think, need 1 bull, so I don't think there's a point in getting another one. So for right now, I'm just going to get both of the cows. We can afford that pretty easily. And then going through here, what would we want outside of that? So they've got some human meat. Oh, okay. Animal meat. We have some pork, milk that we can sell. Why are these components listed differently? Maybe these were components that got damaged. But we could buy components from them. I don't know if that's a high priority. We could sell some of these cloths that we have, especially when we only have 1 of something. I figure we get rid of that. And let's see what else we got. Things that we don't have a lot of, but we could sell easily, like the iguana skin. We only have 25 of. I don't know if that's really worth keeping around. So it sells for a decent amount, so I'll go ahead and sell that. I'm kind of torn on that. Like, when there's only 1 of something, that's really easy to sell, obviously. I tend to be a hoarder, so it can be hard to let go of things. I do have a fair amount of steel. It's selling for cheap, so it might be worth picking up, but let's just go through. They also have a lot of wood, which might be worth getting. Clothing, we might as well sell if it's not very great quality, if they're going to be buying it. And that does clear out our storage. So anything that's below 50%, I'm going to sell at this point. And maybe even stuff that is around 50% is worth selling. Yeah, going through here, I'm going to sell things that I think are around 50% because we have a lot of clothes that we've been picking off of dead people. So let's sell some of this stuff. So we're gonna sell that. We're gonna sell that. And some of this stuff is actually worth quite a bit here. Let's see. This we can sell at 53%. We can sell this at 55%. Go ahead with that. 56% we can sell. 59%. Yeah, why not? I mean, we've got a lot of these parkas that are much better quality. And got cloth pants here. Now, some of these up here are worth like almost nothing, but you know, might as well sell them. Get them out of our inventory. And you know what? I'll sell this too. Although I don't know where we are on shirts. I'll keep it around. But we did reduce the cost of those cows quite a bit. Part of me says buy their wood or buy their steel because it's not that expensive. Yeah, let's buy their wood up because it's going to be hard to get 287 wood anywhere else. And other than that, I don't know food-wise if we really want some of this food. I mean, it's a good amount, but I don't think we need it that badly, maybe. Although we are taking on 2 cows, so that might bring us a little short in some areas. Now, they unfortunately do not buy weapons, or tribal wear. Oh, I didn't take a look at the hats. So we've got hats here. We can sell that. We can sell that. We can sell that. And that's good for now. All right, let's go ahead and accept that. We're going to be spending a little bit, but we get a lot out of it. We get 2 cows. That's going to be giving us a lot of milk. And also, we sell some of the items that were kind of cluttering up our inventory. So let's go ahead and accept that. We can always trade with this guy again if we need to. Now we have a lot of cows, and, you know, that might have been a bad idea as far as sustaining it with food. But, hey, look at that. We just get our potato crop coming in, so we are going to be a little bit in a good situation as that comes in. That did indeed flatten our crops, that one chip piece that came in. I was a little bit concerned about that. How is our corn growing in? Is that 46%? Fortunately, it got killed by that cold snap. We are in the first of spring, so yeah, things are looking up pretty nicely here. We got a bunch of cows. Do we have enough animal beds at this point? So we should have 4 animals, and we have 4 beds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that should be perfect. All right, well, I'm pretty happy with that situation. And a lot of these crops are either so close to being harvested or, you know, pretty much there, so be getting a bunch of potatoes here. Because we have some slate left over, what I'm going to do is also build another door in here just for extra security, as this little bottleneck I think would be nice as a defensive thing. And from here on out, I think we focus on defense. Ooh, visitors. Group of, okay. Don't think they're trading. We can jump to their location. Oh, no, they do have a trader. Let's grab Luke here. Okay, so they may have some food for us, although not a whole lot. Looks like they're willing to buy a lot of things from us, though. I don't see a reason to keep this bow around, especially if we have a couple pistols here. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the bow. Definitely going to sell the incendiary launchers, even though they're not bad health-wise. I really don't like the idea of using an incendiary launcher because it can all go bad for you. You can get fires all over the place. It's a good weapon to use as an attacker. This is kind of poor condition and kind of beat up, so I'm going to sell it. Doomsday rocket launcher. Single-use rocket launcher for quick retribution. All right, well, we could buy that, but I don't think so. The cocktails, I think I'm going to sell. I'm going to keep the frag grenades around. You know what? This might actually be worth keeping, though, because if you think about it, the mechanoid chips that show up later, burning them might actually be a good thing. You just have to worry about the fire spread. Frag grenades could also be pretty good for that. We already went through our clothes, and he's not willing to buy any of this other stuff. So, then we make a little bit of money off this guy, selling him some of our old weapons. Again, I'm torn on whether to sell the cocktails here, the Molotov cocktails, but I think that's probably good. It kind of looks like they're joined at the hip, so I was kind of wondering, are they like Siamese twins or something? I didn't know that was something that was in the game, but I guess it's just how they are walking around. Yeah, now they've broken up. Alright, well, now we have a fair number of potatoes. And we're growing some more. There's a little spot here that didn't get covered, but that's okay. Alright, so they're leaving. These guys are sticking around. What are you armed with? You're armed with a survival rifle. Okay. See, when these guys show up, that's the time you want to get attacked by raiders. Because, you know, they can defend you. Although, sometimes, depending on their weapon loadout, they can do some damage to your stuff. Because I think we did have that happen earlier. And I don't know if it was the raiders or the... I think it was the caravan. One of them had a Molotov cocktail and they lit their friend on fire. Maybe it was an incendiary launcher. Something happened where a couple people got lit on fire, so... Can be dangerous. Okay, so let's take a look at our stone stores here. So we've got some limestone and some sandstone. That's made out of granite. I figure we start building a wall here or a wall here. Had a lot of attacks come from this direction, but then, you know, you think along those lines, and then you have the attack come from the other direction. Yeah, I think I'm going to build a wall over here, even though it's easier to envision where I build here, because it'd just be down this way and then connect these two together. Pretty simple, and that gives us a nice compound to work with. I think over here is really where I want to build. But I think I want to build it differently. I think I want to build it in a way that either we make a kill box, which I don't think we have the resources for right now, although we could afford quite a few of these turrets right now. And while I'm thinking about it, I think we need more power. So I'm going to slap in another solar generator, and I'm going to put in the connection here. And we'll let time go by, and I'll think about this. I think what I'd like is maybe just a trap setup. So we have a way through, but they have to walk over traps maybe. It's kind of, with this weird angle, though, it's going to be tough to figure that out. Maybe I just do it go out this way, and we kind of have a right angle. All right, well, first things first, let's just build a wall here. So we've got a fair amount of limestone, so I'll start with that. And I'll build it out maybe like that. And then we build it out. I didn't pay attention to how much I used here, but I think it'd be easy enough. Oh, I used slate anyway. I meant to switch to limestone. There we go. That's fine. We'll build out like that. And I think the idea is we have a way for them to pass through this way. But we make it so that they're passing through this way, but they're passing over traps. I don't know if that still works. That is a strategy you used to be able to use. As a matter of fact, let me... Oops. That's not what I want to do. Okay, something like that. So we're going to have traps at all of these intervals here. And then doors here so that we can go through and rearm them. Yeah, okay, I think that's what I want to do. So if we have slate here, we just bring that up. Okay. Alright, well, that's the game plan for now. And at least it gets some kind of construction started. Alright, we have our power up. I think we just need more charge going through the system during the day so we can get these batteries charged up. Because we have 4 batteries and we're not really keeping them charged. Now, this one was charged before it broke down. But we lost it. Speaking of losing a charge, now I have to figure out first off power. Yeah, we did lose that connection there. All right, so hopefully somebody gets on that repair here. Hello? Healer? Repair the line. We're not going to have power in a lot of the compound if you don't repair that. Anyone? All right. As you got to force their hand. I also don't know if we got the power up high enough to get this one light to work. Yeah, it looks like we did. Alright, well that sucks because that means we're going to have almost no charge on our batteries. Fortunately, the wind picked up just as the night starts to fall here, but then of course we're going to lose our solar panels, and I don't think the wind power is enough to keep our base running. And we're going to have to get that stuff sorted out, the power generation, if we really want to have a lot of these gun turrets around, because right now I don't think it's sustainable. Now we do have a geyser over here that we could take advantage of, but unfortunately we don't have the tech for it yet, and I haven't really looked at where that tech is. Maybe that is something I should look at. So looking through here, we've got solar panels. At least I don't think we have the tech for it. It'd have to be somewhere over here. Yeah, see, there we go, losing power. I'm not really sure where it is on the... I'm not as familiar with this research tree. I'll look at it probably in between videos, trying to figure out where we need to go to get that. Unless I am wrong, we don't have geothermal power in here, so we're going to need to get that. We're going to take advantage of that. More wind power would be nice, but when you have no wind like what we have right now, it obviously doesn't make much difference. So right now, if we were to be attacked, we'd be in a bad state. Because we just don't have enough power running through the system. It might be a good idea to even build another solar panel somewhere. Trying to think where I would put it, though. I guess I could put it over here somewhere. Because we're going to have to rebuild things. Build it up anyway. Alright, well, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.